Hello everyone, this is your online assignment tutor. In this video, we want to look at this question brought to me by a student. The question is on the, when we're in secondary school, this alpha and beta root of equation or root of quadratic equations, you know, many students find it difficult to solve this question. And this student just brought it to me, so I want to share it with you. He said if alpha and beta are the root of the equation 2x squared minus 5x minus 3 is equal to 0, find alpha minus beta, that is 1. Then 2, find alpha square minus beta square. See, the first thing you are going to do in this question is to find, because the general standard formula of finding a quadratic equation is actually s squared minus sum of roots, that is alpha plus beta x plus product of root alpha beta. This is the product, this is the sum. So equals to what? Is 0. So we are going to compare this equation and this equation. But before we compare this equation, you will discover that this one, the coefficient is actually 2. It's actually 1. This coefficient, the coefficient of s squared here is 2. The coefficient of s squared is what? Here is what? 1. So we have to make it to be alike. So in this equation here, I will divide through by what? By 2. So let's say we have 2s squared over 2 minus 5 over 2x minus 3 over 2 equals to, of course, 0 over 2 is 0. So at the end of the day, what you have is what? S squared minus 5 over 2x minus 3 over 2 equals to 0. So therefore, if we compare this equation and this equation, you will now discover that minus alpha plus beta x is equals to minus 5 over 2x. So this x cancel x. So minus cancel minus. So you have alpha plus beta equals to 5 over 2. Let's call this equation 1. Then this, if you compare it and this, you discover that alpha beta equals to what? Minus 3 over 2. Let's call this one equation 1 2. So we need this to be able to solve this question. So the question says that if alpha and beta are the root of the equation, this equation, then find alpha minus beta. So what we need to do now is that we know that alpha minus beta is the same thing as alpha minus beta all square root. So this and this are actually the same, because if we find the square root of alpha minus beta all square, it will give you what? Alpha minus beta. So we are going to expand this. So how are we going to do it? You just expand it. So square root, let's expand this. So it's alpha minus beta times alpha minus beta. So that equals to, so alpha times alpha, that is alpha square. Alpha times minus beta, that is minus alpha beta. Minus beta times alpha, that is minus alpha beta. Minus beta times minus beta, that is plus beta square. So so what you have square root of alpha square plus beta square. So alpha square plus beta square minus alpha beta will give you minus 2 alpha beta. Good. So you have alpha square plus beta square minus 2 alpha beta. So we have to break this alpha square plus beta square down. So you know that, you see, but alpha square plus beta square is equals to alpha plus beta all square minus 2 alpha beta. Now, you need to follow this channel so that some students might wonder that how did I get this? Don't worry, I'm going to drop a video on how we are going to analyze this. That's why you need to subscribe to this channel so that when I drop the video, you're able to learn, share video with secondary school students so that they can, learn from this channel. Subscribe to my channel so that when I drop the video, or you're able to, know and get acquainted with some of these questions so that in your exam you can actually excel. Now, so if we look at if this is equal, so we can put it here. So we now have alpha minus beta equals to what? Square root of alpha plus beta all square minus 2 alpha beta, then join